Ladies and gentlemen, friends, seekers of truth, and believers in the magic of connection, today, we gather to ask a question that has haunted poets, philosophers, and ordinary hearts alike for centuries: does true love last forever? When we hear the phrase, true love, something deep inside us stirs. We think of moments that take our breath away, the warmth of a hand held in ours, the quiet comfort of knowing someone sees us, truly sees us, and loves us anyway. But alongside that beauty comes a whisper of doubt, a question that can shake the foundation of our hearts: can such love really last a lifetime? To answer this, we must first understand what love is, not the fleeting, sugar-coated version sold in songs, movies, and social media, but the kind of love that endures storms, outlasts misunderstandings, and persists even when life feels unbearable. True love is not merely an emotion, it is a commitment, a conscious choice. It is a series of daily decisions that say, I will see you. I will understand you. I will stand by you, even when the world turns its back. Yet, we live in a world obsessed with instant gratification. We are told that if something doesn't feel exciting, it isn't worth keeping. But love is not fireworks. It is the quiet, steady flame that keeps a home warm when the storms rage outside. It is in the shared silence of a Tuesday evening, in the laughter that breaks through tears, in the patience to hold on when the other falters. True love is ordinary in its consistency, extraordinary in its persistence. But here lies the paradox: even true love faces trials. Time changes us, circumstances challenge us, and sometimes, even with the strongest intentions, people drift apart. Does this mean love is fleeting? Not necessarily. True love, in its essence, lasts, but it may take different forms. It may evolve. It may become less about passion and more about devotion. Less about intensity and more about understanding. And therein lies its beauty: it is flexible, resilient, and capable of withstanding the tides of change. Think of the couples we admire most. The ones whose hands are wrinkled and whose hair has grayed, yet whose eyes still light up at the presence of one another. Their love is not the stuff of fairy tales alone. It is hard-won, tested by disappointments, nourished by forgiveness, and strengthened by shared dreams. True love, my friends, is a garden that requires patience, care, and constant attention. It does not survive on grand gestures alone but on the small acts of devotion: the notes left on the fridge, the cup of tea made in the middle of the night, the quiet support when the world is cruel. Let us pause and reflect on the meaning of patience in love. How often do we rush relationships, expecting instant perfection? True love defies haste. It is not measured by weeks or months but by the endurance of the heart across years, decades, and even a lifetime. It is in the quiet moments, in the mundane routines, that love solidifies and proves its strength. We also must confront a vital misconception: love is not just about the other person. Love begins in the self. To truly love another, we must first cultivate love within ourselves. We must recognize our own worth, forgive our own mistakes, and nurture our own growth. Only then can love last. True love does not smother, it liberates. It encourages rather than confines. And when both individuals embrace this philosophy, love becomes not a fleeting spark but a lasting fire. Consider this: when a tree grows, it needs roots that sink deep into the soil, strong enough to weather storms. The branches may bend, the leaves may fall, but the roots endure. Similarly, true love requires roots of understanding, trust, and mutual respect. Without roots, love may appear beautiful, but it cannot withstand the storms of life. With roots, even the harshest winds cannot topple it. Now, let us not romanticize the absence of conflict. True love does not eliminate disagreement, nor does it guarantee perfection. Instead, it teaches us resilience, empathy, and compromise. It is forged in the fires of challenge. Every argument, every misunderstanding, every trial faced together is a thread woven into the fabric of lasting connection. To love forever is not to avoid pain, it is to choose togetherness despite it. And yes, some may ask, but what about passion? What about the fire that ignites in the beginning? Let me be clear: passion is beautiful, but it is transient. It is the spark that often starts the fire, but it cannot sustain it alone. True love is more than passion: it is loyalty, trust, respect, and unwavering support. It is the willingness to show up even when the thrill has dimmed, when life becomes ordinary, when the world is no longer glamorous. True love thrives in the ordinary moments that we often overlook, because it understands that depth is built over time. We live in a society obsessed with happily ever after, often mistaking love for infatuation. Infatuation dazzles us with intensity, but it rarely withstands reality. True love, however, sees beyond the surface, embracing imperfections, enduring monotony, and celebrating growth. It is in these small, often unnoticed moments that love truly lasts. When your partner shares your joy as well as your sorrow, when they hold your hand during life's storms, that is when love shows its immortality. True love is not limited to romance. It transcends romantic relationships. It exists between friends, within families, even for strangers whose lives we touch with kindness and empathy. The ability to love without expectation, to give without reservation, is perhaps the most enduring form of love of all. It is unconditional, infinite, and timeless. Some of you may have faced heartbreak and wondered if love is worth it. Perhaps you have loved deeply, only to feel abandoned, betrayed, or left behind. And yes, sometimes relationships end, hearts are broken, and dreams are shattered. But even in these moments, love leaves an indelible mark. True love does not vanish, it transforms. It teaches us, shapes us, and prepares us for the next chapter. A love lost is never wasted, for it leaves behind wisdom, strength, and the capacity to love again, deeper and more meaningfully. Let me tell you a story that illustrates the endurance of love. There was an elderly couple, married for over 50 years. They had lived through hardships, financial struggles, illness, and the loss of loved ones. Their love was no longer about stolen glances or grand gestures, it was about mutual understanding, silent support, and unwavering presence. One day, when asked the secret to their long-lasting love, the wife smiled and said, "We decided every morning that we would choose each other again, no matter what happened the day before." That, my friends, is the essence of lasting love, the daily choice to show up, to forgive, to nurture, and to remain steadfast. True love lasts not because it is easy or perfect, but because it is chosen over and over again. Think of life itself as a mirror. Love, when genuine, reflects our best selves back to us. It shows our capacity for kindness, patience, courage, and compassion. And in nurturing love, we nurture ourselves. That is why I believe that true love, in its purest form, can last forever, not necessarily in the same way, not necessarily in the same relationship, but as a force that continues to shape us and connect us, beyond time and circumstance. The question, then, is not simply whether true love lasts forever, it is whether we are willing to nurture it. Are we willing to fight for it, forgive for it, grow for it? Are we ready to embrace love not as a fleeting thrill but as a lifelong journey, filled with both beauty and hardship? When we answer yes, we discover that love, when true, is eternal in impact, if not always in form. Let us also remember that love is not static. It evolves, it adapts, it grows stronger through trials. Just like a river that changes course but continues to flow, true love can navigate the unpredictable terrain of life. It may look different today than it did yesterday, but its essence remains: the commitment, the care, the connection, the choice to persevere. Every act of love, no matter how small, is a legacy. Every kind word, every gentle touch, every shared moment of understanding, is a thread woven into the tapestry of eternity. True love lasts because it leaves behind more than memories, it leaves behind change, growth, and inspiration. In this way, love transcends the limits of our lifespan. So, my friends, to answer the question, does true love last forever? The answer is both simple and profound. Yes, it does, but only if we honor it, protect it, and understand it in its truest form. Love lasts not because it is easy, not because it is perfect, but because it is persistent, forgiving, patient, and resilient. Love lasts forever when we allow it to grow, when we let it evolve, and when we recognize that its power is not measured in years, but in depth, devotion, and impact. And here is the most important point: love, in its truest form, is not selfish. It does not ask for perfection, nor does it demand constant reciprocation. True love gives freely, without expectation, knowing that its essence is eternal. It sees beyond the limitations of time, beyond mistakes, beyond circumstance. It is the force that binds humanity together, that inspires us to rise above fear, to forgive, and to dream. As we leave today, I want you to hold this thought close to your heart. love is not merely a feeling, it is a choice, a daily act of courage, and a testament to the human spirit. True love may take many forms, may face many trials, but when embraced fully, it becomes timeless. It becomes the light that guides us, the warmth that sustains us, and the force that reminds us of what it truly means to be alive. So go forth, love deeply, love authentically, and remember, the love you give and nurture today has the power to last forever, not just in your life, but in the lives of everyone it touches. For love, in its truest form, is eternal. And finally, remember this: every heart you touch, every soul you uplift, every act of love you perform, no matter how small, is a ripple in the vast ocean of humanity. True love lasts because it is not confined to a single life or a single moment, it echoes through eternity, leaving behind a legacy of hope, kindness, and connection. Thank you.